Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Lights on Literature. Today we're exploring one of the most mysterious, haunting, and symbol rich poems of the Romantic Age, John Keats's La Belle Dame Sans Merci. This poem is short, but every line carries emotion, symbolism, melancholy, and that unmistakable magical touch of Keats. Now about the title and background. The title La Belle Dame Sans Merci is French for the beautiful lady without mercy. Keats borrowed this title from a 15th century French poem by Alain Chartier, but the content of his poem is completely original. Keats wrote it in 1819 during his most creative period. The same year, he wrote Ode to a Nightingale, Ode on a Grecian Urn, and To Autumn. Historically, this was a time when Keats was deeply struggling. His brother Tom had recently died. He himself was experiencing symptoms of tuberculosis. He was in an emotionally intense relationship with Fanny Brawne. Many scholars believe this emotional turbulence shaped the poem's tone, a mix of beauty, enchantment, love, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion. Ballad form and structure. The poem is written in the form of a ballad. Ballad is a type of story poem from medieval tradition. Ballads often feature dialogue, supernatural elements, a tragic or mysterious ending, simple musical stanzas. Keats uses 12 stanzas, each made of 4 lines, a quatrain. The rhyme scheme is AB, CB, and the beat is gentle and rhythmic, almost like a folk song. This form gives the poem an ancient, timeless feeling, as if we were listening to an old legend being retold. The opening image, the mysterious night. The poem begins with a question: "Oh, what can ail thee, knight at arms, alone and palely loitering?" Immediately we see a knight, traditionally strong and heroic, now alone and pale, wandering without purpose. Nature reflects his suffering. The sedge is withered, no birds sing, winter is approaching. Keats uses pathetic fallacy to show that the knight's emotional emptiness is mirrored in the dying landscape. This opening sets up the central imagery. What happened to this knight to leave him so drained and broken? The knight's story begins. When the knight finally speaks, he describes encountering a beautiful lady, but not an ordinary woman. Keats describes her with supernatural language. Full beautiful, a faery's child, wild eyes. She is the perfect blend of beauty and danger. The knight is immediately captivated, almost enchanted. He makes her flower garlands symbolizing both love and devotion. The enchantment. The lady responds to him with gestures of affection, but she speaks in a language strange. This suggests she may not be human. Her emotions are unreadable. The knight is entering a world he does not fully understand. She takes him to her elfin grot or fairy cave, another supernatural space. There, she feeds him roots of relish sweet, honey wild, and manna dew. These foods resemble the mystical foods in European fairy folklore. Once you eat them, you fall under a spell. After this moment of enchanted intimacy, the knight suddenly falls asleep. He dreams of pale kings, princes, and warriors, all of them ghostly, all of them victims of the same lady. They warn him, La Belle Dame Sans Merci had thee in thrall, meaning you are trapped just like we were. This scene is crucial because it shows that the knight is not the first. The lady has lured many powerful men before him. This transformed the poem from a love story into something darker and universal, a warning about illusions, desires, and destructive beauty. The abandonment. When the knight wakes, the lady is gone. No explanation, no farewell, no closure. He finds himself back where he began, on the cold hillside, weakened and emotionally devastated. This is why he now lingers palely and hopelessly. Themes. Now let's dive into the poem's major themes. 1. Fatal attraction. The lady symbolizes irresistible beauty that ultimately destroys those who fall for it. 2. Illusion versus reality. The knight cannot distinguish real love from fantasy. The entire encounter may be symbolic, a dream, a hallucination, or emotional obsession. 3. The power of nature. Keats uses nature both to reflect the knight's suffering and to create a sense of death and decay. 4. Romantic melancholy. The poem is filled with longing, sadness, isolation, emotional exhaustion, signature Keatsian elements. Female enigma. The lady represents the mysterious, unknowable forces of desire, imagination, and the supernatural. 6. The destructive power of idealized love. The knight's downfall comes from idealizing a love he cannot understand or control. Now to the symbols. Some key symbols include the knight, the vulnerable lover, also the human soul seeking beauty, lady, beauty, imagination, or even death. The dream figures, past victims, warnings from experience, winter landscape, emotional desolation, flower garlands, temporary love, fading affection. To the conclusion, La Belle Dame Sans Merci remains one of Keats' most powerful poems because it mixes beauty with danger, love with illusion, and fantasy with emotional truth. Now we are left with a question. Did the knight truly meet a supernatural enchantress? Or is she just a symbol of human longing and heartbreak? Tell me in the comments, what do you think the lady represents? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your literature friends. See you in the next video.